Welcome back, gearheads. The 90s were Japan's golden era for performance cars, but not every fast machine became a legend. Some powerful beasts hid beneath unassuming exteriors, overshadowed by skylines and Supras. Here are 12 unknown Japanese sleeper cars of the 1990s that packed a serious punch. Let's get into it. Number 12, Toyota Chaser Tourer JZX100. Not every sports sedan from the 90s got the spotlight it deserved. While the Supra stole the show, Toyota quietly built something just as exciting, the Chaser Tourer. At first glance, it looks like a typical executive sedan, but under the hood, a 1JZGTE turbocharged inline-six, pushing out 280 horsepower to the rear wheels. It had a manual transmission option, a strong aftermarket scene, and enough potential to take on the Skyline GTT. Drifters love it for its balance, tuners for its mod-friendly engine. But most people never even knew it existed. So why isn't it more famous? Blame its bland styling, limited availability outside Japan, and overshadowed reputation. It was a wolf in sheep's clothing, but one that never howled loud enough. And speaking of sleepers that flew under the radar, wait until you see number 11. Number 11, Nissan Cefiro A31. If the Chaser Tourer 5 was a hidden gem, the Nissan Cefiro was its grittier, streetwise cousin. Built as a comfortable executive sedan, it ended up finding a second life in the hands of drifters and tuners. Under the hood, the Cefiro packed the RB20DET, the same turbocharged inline-six found in early Skylines. Paired with rear-wheel drive and a 5-speed manual, it had all the right ingredients for sideways action. In Japan and beyond, it became a go-to platform for drift builds, especially since it shared parts with the R32 Skyline. But despite its potential, the Cefiro never gained mainstream attention. It lacked the aggressive styling of its Skyline sibling, and most were sold as boring automatic sedans. Still, those who knew what it was capable of turned it into a legend. And speaking of underrated legends, number 10 took rally DNA to the streets. Number 10, Mitsubishi Galant VR4 E84A. The Nissan Cefiro had Skyline DNA, but what if a 4-door sedan had the heart of a rally car? That's exactly what Mitsubishi did with the Galant VR4, a car that paved the way for the legendary Lancer evolution. Mitsubishi took their 4G63T turbocharged inline-4, paired it with all-wheel drive, and added 4-wheel steering, all developed from their rally program. With 237 horsepower and a manual gearbox, this was a true sleeper disguised as a family sedan. It even won the 1989 WRC Rally of Sweden. So why did it fade into obscurity? By the early 90s, Mitsubishi shifted focus to the Lancer evolution, leaving the Galant VR4 forgotten in the shadow of its successor. It was fast but heavy and never got the recognition it deserved. Do you think the Galant VR4 was ahead of its time or just overshadowed? Drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. But the next car, it brought rally performance into an entirely different league. Number 9, Subaru Legacy RS Type RBCBF. The Galant VR4 proved that rally tech belonged in sedans, but Subaru had its own answer, the Legacy RS Type R. Before the WRX became a household name, this was Subaru's first real performance sedan. Built for Group A rally racing, it packed a 2.0-liter EJ20G turbocharged flat 4, sending 217 horsepower to all 4 wheels through a 5-speed manual. It was Subaru's first turbo AWD car to compete in WRC, even winning the 1993 New Zealand Rally. So why isn't it legendary? The WRX stole its thunder just a few years later. The Legacy was also heavier and less nimble, making it less desirable for tuners. But for those who know, it's a forgotten rally-bred beast. And up next, a sedan that shared an engine with a supercar. You'll want to stick around for this one, so hit that subscribe button. Number 8, Toyota Crown Athlete JZS171. While the Subaru Legacy RS Type R was all about rally heritage, the Toyota Crown Athlete 5 was more about luxury with hidden performance. Toyota's flagship sedan didn't just focus on comfort. It had the 1JZ GTE turbocharged engine under the hood, same engine found in the Mark II and Chaser. With 280 horsepower and rear-wheel drive, it had the muscle to match its looks. Inside, it was all about refinement, featuring plush interiors, advanced tech, and a smooth ride. But here's the thing, the Crown Athlete 5 didn't get the attention it deserved. While luxury-focused, it wasn't as flashy or aggressive as the Chaser, and it remained mostly under the radar. Plus, it was built for the Japanese market only, making it even more elusive. And as we continue our list, up next is a sedan with roots that trace all the way back to rally. Number 7, Nissan Laurel Medalist Club S C35. The Toyota Crown Athlete We may have been luxurious, but the Nissan Laurel Medalist Club S had a unique appeal. On the surface, it was just another executive sedan, but under the hood it was powered by a RB25D ET turbocharged inline-six. This gem from Nissan was part of their Laurel family, known for its balance between comfort and performance. The Club S model brought 280 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, and a manual transmission option, all things that made it more than just a family sedan. Unfortunately, the Laurel didn't get the recognition it deserved, as it was overshadowed by its more famous siblings like the Skyline. It was also limited in availability, mostly staying within Japan. And as we move forward, the next sleeper on the list was a sedan that took the fight directly to the performance kings of the time. Number 6. Honda Ascot Innova CC4 CC5. Moving from the Nissan Laurel to a true underdog, the Honda Ascot Innova is a perfect example of how a sleeper can hide in plain sight. At first glance, the Ascot looked like just another family sedan, but it had something special under the hood. The 2.0-liter H22A engine, the same one used in the Prelude. With 190 horsepower and front-wheel drive, it wasn't a world beater, but it was an unassuming powerhouse that could hold its own against much flashier cars. The manual transmission option made it even more fun for those who knew how to handle it. Sadly, the Ascot Innova wasn't widely available and never achieved the fame it deserved. Its mundane looks and low profile left it unnoticed by most. Up next, a sleeper that wasn't afraid to embrace luxury and power in one package. Number 5. Mazda Sentia 3.0 GT HD. Following the Honda Ascot Innova, we have something truly special from Mazda, the Sentia 3.0 GT. On the surface, it looks like a typical luxury sedan, but under that refined exterior lies a 3.0-liter V6 engine with 200 horsepower, making it more than just a comfortable cruiser. Mazda designed the Sentia to compete with the best of Europe, blending performance and luxury into one package. It had rear-wheel drive and an advanced suspension system, making it surprisingly agile for its size. However, it didn't catch on in the mainstream market. The luxury sedan market was dominated by brands like Lexus, and the Sentia never received the recognition it deserved. Its high price tag and somewhat understated design kept it from achieving fame. Up next, a car that set a new standard for everyday sleepers. You won't want to miss it. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you're interested in content like this. Number 4. Nissan Gloria Gran Turismo Ultima Y33. From Mazda's take on a luxury sleeper, we move to Nissan's answer, the Gloria Gran Turismo Ultima. While it looked like a typical executive sedan, this Y33 generation Gloria had something special under the hood. Nissan offered it with the legendary 3.0-liter turbocharged VQ30DE TV6, pushing out 270 horsepower. Paired with rear-wheel drive and an optional limited slip differential, it was more than capable of surprising sports cars at the time. The refined interior and smooth ride made it a true sleeper, perfect for those who wanted power without drawing attention. But despite its potential, the Gloria Ultima never gained worldwide fame. It was overshadowed by its sportier Skyline sibling, and its automatic transmission turned off enthusiasts looking for a manual. But up next, we've got a car that took small size and big power to a whole new level. Number 3. Mitsubishi Debonair AMG S12. Following the Suzuki Cappuccino, we have a truly unexpected gem, the Mitsubishi Debonair AMG. At first glance, it looks like your typical luxury sedan, but what most people didn't know was that it was equipped with a AMG-tuned V6 engine. The Debonair AMG was designed as a high-end executive sedan, blending luxury and performance in a way that few cars could match at the time. With 272 horsepower and rear-wheel drive, it had the power to match its sophisticated design. But it wasn't all perfect. Despite the AMG badge, it was overshadowed by its more famous German counterparts. The Debonair's price tag and understated style meant it stayed relatively unnoticed in Japan. Up next, we shift gears to a car that took luxury and power to the next level. Stay tuned. Number 2. Isuzu Gemini Irmscher RJT 191S. Now let's move from the Mitsubishi Debonair AMG to a car that was just as unassuming, but a bit more niche, the Isuzu Gemini Irmscher R. This car was developed in collaboration with Irmscher, a tuning company that was famous for their work on Opel cars, and it showed in the Gemini's surprisingly sporty performance. Under the hood, it packed a 1.6-liter DOHC engine, producing 135 horsepower, a decent amount for its size. With sharp handling and a tuned suspension, it was a hidden gem for driving enthusiasts who knew what to look for. However, its underwhelming appearance and low production numbers made it almost impossible to find in the mainstream. Despite its potential, the Gemini was overshadowed by more well-known sport compacts. Up next, we wrap up with a final thought on these hidden gems, so stick around. Number 1. Mitsubishi Diamante 30 RS EF31A. We've made it to the final car on the list, and it's a true underdog, the Mitsubishi Diamante 30 RSE. While the Nissan Gloria hid turbocharged power, the Diamante took a different approach with a naturally aspirated 3.0-liter V6 that pushed out 270 horsepower. Mitsubishi packed it with advanced tech for the time, including an adaptive suspension and a limited slip differential, giving it surprisingly sharp handling for a luxury sedan. It was smooth, fast, and refined. Everything you wouldn't expect from a sleeper. So why is it nearly forgotten? The Diamante was never marketed as a performance car, and its front-wheel drive layout kept it from appealing to enthusiasts. Meanwhile, rivals like the Toyota Aristo and Nissan Cedric overshadowed it. The 90s were a treasure trove of overlooked performance machines, proving that Japan's sleeper cars had more to offer than just flashy designs. These hidden gems combine power, precision, and subtlety in ways that many never noticed. But the world of sleepers doesn't end here. There's a whole new generation of cars that took the idea of performance without the spotlight even further. Want to dive deeper into more of these unassuming powerhouses? Be sure to check out our next video. Which of these unknown sleepers surprised you the most? Drop a comment and let's talk about it. Hit like, subscribe, and as always, keep your pedal to the metal.